I have been exploring reversible lace, and I would like to show you how to work a left-leaning reversible decrease. The stitches are arranged very similar to double knitting. Stitches 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on are forming the right side or obverse of the work, and stitches 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on are forming the back or reverse of the work. If I want to work a left-leaning knit decrease, then I want to work an SSK over stitches 1 and 3. And you can see, of course, that stitch number 2 is in the way. So I'm going to have to reorder these stitches in order to do that. If you're familiar with working an SSK decrease, you also know that you want to change the stitch facings for these stitches before you work them together. So what I am going to do is I'm going to reorder the stitches and change the facings of stitches 1 and 3 at the same time. So here's how we do this. Start with your right needle tip goes knitwise into stitch number 1 and slip it. And that has changed the stitch facing. That stitch now faces to the right instead of to the left. Right needle tip goes purlwise into stitch number 2 because I don't want to change the stitch facing. And then it goes knitwise into stitch number 3 because I do want to change the stitch facing. Now I roll the fabric forward. I take the left needle tip and I put it into the second stitch. Now here's the scary part. I'm going to slide the right needle out of stitches 3 and 2 and then put it immediately back in stitch 3. And I'm going to hang on to stitch 3 because I don't want to lose the new stitch facing that I've given it. I want to preserve that stitch facing. So here we go. Pop it out and pop it right back on. That was the scary part. So now stitches 2 and 4 are next to each other and stitches 1 and 3 are next to each other. And stitches 1 and 3 have already been turned. I've already done the slip-slip part of the slip-slip knit. So now all I need to do is work them together in a through the back of the loop-ish manner, and that looks like any other SSK. What may not be perfectly obvious is the reverse of the SSK is a purl 2 together. So all I need to do is bring my yarn forward and purl 2 stitches together. And there we are. And you can see here's my left leaning decrease line. You see it's leaning towards the edge of the fabric. If I flip this over, you see on the other side there's the other line of decreases, and it is also leaning towards the edge of the fabric. So there you go. That is how to work a left-leaning reversible decrease, and this decrease works in reversible lace as well as double knitting.